Hey guys, and thank you for joining me for a little quiet show and tell this evening. Towards the end of last year, and again at the start of this year, I was sent an email from a company called Limited Run Games, and they specialize in creating physical and special collector's editions of mostly indie games that don't always have the funding necessary to create physical copies for sale at retail. They also sometimes make special physical and limited edition copies of older games that have been remastered or re-released for modern consoles. And I basically first got interested in them because there's a company that I follow on Twitter that made a game that I really like, and that game is Shantae and the Shantae Half Genie Hero on the Nintendo Switch, which is a fantastic sort of Metroidvania platformer game. So I started following them, and then they posted that their upcoming game, or their newer Shantae game, was receiving what's called a limited run physical edition and collector's edition. So they were making physical Switch cartridges and cases for a limited number of people to order and purchase. And I was like, oh, I've been meaning to get that, and I'd love to have a physical card to play instead of just buying it digitally. So they were making a physical copy for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So I ordered that, I think, I want to say that was around December, but I can't actually remember. And then the order finally was made up and delivered to my house in about February, if I remember correctly. I might be getting my timelines a bit mixed up. But I was like, you know what, I love the Shantae games, and I would love to have a limited edition physical copy on my shelf with the rest of my favourite games. So it's an official Nintendo product. They partner with Nintendo to make the cartridges and the cases, and I'll show you the difference between a limited run copy and a regular Switch game. So this is a regular Switch physical copy, and as you can see it says Nintendo on the side there. This way, Nintendo. It's also got like ratings and official things like that, but the limited run copy, instead of Nintendo, has limited run on the side, so that it stands out on your shelf a bit more. So there was a collector's edition of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I would have liked to get that, but it was very expensive and they sell out very quickly, so I was pretty happy just to get the game. I think it's going to be loud, so I'll do it away from the mic. And inside you can see we've got some cover art, a trading card or a collectible card, a little instruction booklet, and of course the Switch cartridge. So I haven't played this one yet, and I think I'm actually going to go back and play Half Genie Hero and finish that 100%, because there's so many modes and like New Game Plus and stuff that I didn't finish before I play this one. But they are very good games and they go on sale quite often. If you haven't played Half Genie Hero, I highly recommend it. Basically you play as this genie, Shantae, and she can transform herself into various other forms to move throughout levels and that kind of thing. So we'll have a look in this little booklet. So we have the story. The story thus far. Having defeated the nefarious pirate Risky Boots and stopped her from creating a dangerous weapon that threatened all of Sequin Land, Shantae returned to Scuttletown to resume her duties as its guardian half-genie. However, it wasn't long before a revenge-minded Risky returned, not only wrecking the town, but also absconding with a mysterious lamp that had been in the possession of Shantae's uncle, Mimic. Undeterred and, thanks to the damage to Scuttletown, suddenly unemployed, Shantae set forth to retrieve the lamp and put a stop to Risky's latest scheme. Although Shantae bested the barons of Sequin Land and acquired 3 magical seals in order to prevent Risky from unleashing the power of the lamp, Risky returned the tables on her adversary by kidnapping Uncle Mimic, taking the magic seals for herself, and using the lamp's might to absorb Shantae's magic. Ultimately, Shantae was able to stop Risky and was reinstated as Scuttletown's guardian, but victory came with a price. Cut off from her half-genie powers, Shantae is now just a normal human, albeit one with a surprisingly potent ponytail. Adjusting to her new life, Shantae continues to reside in the lighthouse on the outskirts of town. But just when things seem to be calming down, malevolent forces begin to stir. So we have the characters, Shantae and Risky. Uncle Mimic, Sky and Wrench, her bird that grows really big. Bolo, the Ammo Baron, which I think is a boss. Rottytops, Abner and Poe. Abner and Poe aren't in the one that I've played, so I'm not really sure how they play into it. We have the various locations in the game. Saliva Island, which sounds disgusting. Spiderweb Island. Tan Line Island. And more. During her adventure, Shantae will set sail and explore a number of islands. She'll visit a variety of places, including the mysterious Saliva Island, the creepy Spiderweb Island, the spicy Tan Line Island, and more. And then we have a list of items in the game. So we have potion, auto potion, monster milk, super monster milk, a flash pop, a meat chunklet, a bento box, lobster tail, pirate flare, a bubble shield, pike ball, super pike ball, and a heart squid. We have pirate gear, a flintlock pistol, a pirate hat, a scimitar, Risky's boots, and a cannon. Looks like there's a bit less form changing in this one and a bit more using pirate equipment. I'm not too sure. And then we have blank pages for notes, which I never really used in those game manuals. But yeah, so that's the game manual for that. And this is the trading card, which I really like the art for. So they're all numbered. I got 341, I think. It was open pre-order for the regular editions of the games. To the closest 1,000. They do batch of 1,000. So yeah, that was the first limited run order that I made. And although it takes ages to get here, and I'm probably not going to buy any more, even though I was very tempted, I think they did a fantastic job on that one. But there is one order that I think they just blew me away with, and that is the Spelunky Collector's Edition for the PlayStation 4. So if you've followed this channel for a while, or ever had a conversation about video games with me, you'll know that Spelunky is one of my all-time favourite games. I've mentioned that I first got it on PlayStation 3, and then it went free on Xbox with Games with Gold, so I got it on that. And then I bought it on Steam when it went on sale for a few dollars. And now I have it on PlayStation 4. And if it ever comes to Switch, you can be damn sure that I will buy it again on the Switch, because I love this game. It is my favourite roguelike, and if you haven't played Spelunky, I highly recommend it. It's a great, fun game, very easy to get into, lots of potential to get very skilled at the game. And yeah, I was like, I love this game, I'm going to spend a little bit more money and get the collector's edition. And I've been waiting to open it up and show you in a video. And I ordered this one, I think, around March-ish. And it came in late May, I think. So, let's open this one up, because this collector's edition actually comes with a few extra bits and pieces other than the regular game. Alright, so all the plastic's off, and as you can see, it's very reflective, very shiny. So in this little plastic box is actually a steel case, I guess you'd call it, holding the other goodies inside. So it's a very well crafted call it steel case, but I think it's more of a box at this stage. But this is actually a gold idol from the game, and if you take it to the exit of the level, You get like 5,000 gold to spend at the shops. So if you haven't heard of Spelunky, basically the idea is that it's a randomized set of caves, and you have bombs and ropes and other equipment, and you have to make your way from the start of the level and find the exit somewhere in the level. And the themes of the levels change as you get deeper in the mines, and there's traps and baddies and shops and maidens or puppies to rescue for health. And it's just a really fun time. I've put a lot of hours into this game, and I'm very keen to play it on PlayStation 4 as well. So here's what it looks like with the cover removed. And I'll take these items out one by one to show you. We have this lovely, I want to say leather, but I don't think it's leather. But it's a very nice textured journal. It says Spelunky and Fan Gamer on the back. Love that sound of opening a new book. Just hearing the spine crack. So it's actually like a little art book. With information about the mines, the jungle, the haunted castle, the worm, the ice caves, the mothership, the temple, and Olmec himself, the Aztec guardian of the mines that makes it randomize the layout every time you pass away. So it looks like early concept art for the main title screen. And information about the first level, the mines, or the first 4 levels. Information about the various shopkeepers that you find in the mines. Looks like it has little puzzles and activities in it as well that I'm definitely not going to write in this little book. Then information about the jungle, the second area of the game. Some sort of magic square puzzle, or might be like Picross, I'm not really sure. A lot of effort went into this little book. And there's just like so many different areas and so many good combinations of items. I haven't played this game in forever, but as soon as I'm finished with this video, I'm absolutely loading up Spelunky. So there's one of the little puppies you can rescue. It's like, by default, it's a damsel, but you can change the skin of the damsel to either a blonde lady, a big hulking bald dude, or a pug. And if you pick up the damsel and take it to the exit, you get a kiss after the level, which restores 1 heart. Or you can sacrifice them to Carly using her altar and get blessings, she calls them. And here's the big boss Olmec. And it looks like there's actually a little narrative written into this. And then we have a little encyclopedia of items and enemies and characters in the game. And it's such a fun game, and you can get it for so cheap. And I'm just really hoping they bring it out on Switch because it's a perfect pick up and play game. And yeah, I would love it on Switch. I'd buy it full price on Switch. I strongly believe in supporting games that I'm a fan of. And if that means buying it on everything that I own so I can play it wherever I am, that's absolutely happening. Next is upside down, I think. Let's have a look. This little, I think it's a decoder ring or a decoder coin or something, which means there might be things in the booklet that I have to use this on to solve some of its puzzles and unlock its secrets. It's just a very thin metal. That's the back, just the Spelunky logo and some trademark and copyright stuff. See if you can get a closer look at the symbols. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to leave it covered in this nice plastic sheet. Next is a little puppy plush toy. A pug puppy plush toy. And the bag, you won't be able to see that. The bag says, you still can't see it. Anyway, it says Spelunky, and it's got some of the symbols on it. Which is nice, because they could have just said, you know, this bag is not a toy, you will choke and die. But here's the little damsel that you rescue for a kiss to restore your health. It's got a little clip-on keychain. I'm probably not going to clip this on anything. I'll probably just keep him in the tin. Keep him nice and clean. He's got very silly googly eyes though. Next is the Spelunky Collector's Edition soundtrack, which looks amazing. I love this art with these gold highlights. No track listing, so I don't know how I'm supposed to know what song is what. I'll probably give this a listen, but I doubt it'll end up on my phone as my regular listening music, just because I'm not a huge game soundtrack listener. The track list is on the inside, and there's 42 tracks. And the CD has this sort of dragon Ouroboros on the inside. So the track listing is Adventure Jingle, Title Screen, Brothel, Jungle Bee, Ice Caves B, Adventure Begins, Temple Dim, Shop Radio 4, Mines B, Temple A, Worm, City of Gold, Shop Radio 3, and so on like that. Makes me wonder if I've actually heard some of these tracks. Like, I don't know what Brothel is, or what the difference between all the different variations of the levels are. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely have to give that a listen. I'm sure it won't take too long. It's got 42 tracks, but I feel like they'll only be like a minute or so each. And lastly, of course, we have the game itself, the physical edition of Spelunky, one of my all-time favourite games. Treasure, danger, fun. The deeper you delve, the more you'll find. One player local, 2 to 4 players online. Online play optional. Interconnectivity between PS4 and the PS Vita. I've often thought about getting a PS Vita to play Spelunky on the go, but for one game I don't really think it's worth it. So I'm just going to continue hoping they bring it to the Switch. And then we have it's actually an all regions game. They make, unless they specify otherwise, Limited Run makes the games all regions, which is good. And we have their like little logo down here. Not on the side. Oh yeah. It's got Limited Run print 125. I don't know if that's what that stands for. And there was actually a card for Spelunky as well. Let me just fetch that. So here's the Limited Run card for Spelunky. Same black and white back, but a very deep, dark, spooky scene. So now, of course, I'm going to have to pack everything back into that tin except the game itself, so I can load it up immediately after this. But yeah, those are a couple of things that I've been excited to show off. I think Limited Run do like a really cool service, a really cool thing. They've tempted me with some other games like the Jack and Daxter trilogy, the Dragon's Lair trilogy, but it's very hard waiting for months at a time for them to be produced and then shipped out. And I think I have enough games at the moment, so I don't want to start cluttering up my shelves and that kind of thing, so I think I'm just going to get these ones finished and out of the way first. But thank you for joining me for a little Limited Run Games show and tell this evening, and I hope to see you in the next video.